Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 90 of the Own the Moment podcast. My name is TJ Lasig. I'm one of the co-founders here at OTM, and we've got the whole crew here. Happy hour. Oh, we've already got kids screaming in the background. Fantastic. Talking some live finals in Miami. We've got some TOC Best Ball, Playoff Best Ball on the horizon. And, maybe even riff a little NFL all-day pack. We got a lot to do today, Justin. How's your Friday going?
It's good. It's good to be back from the live final. Been back from a little traveling and all. Feels a bit more relaxed and all. It is, like I was talking about. I saw so many snow pictures today, and obviously you got your beanie on, and like people were talking about shoveling snow, and yeah, it's 72 and sunny out there. I had a friend who came by in the boat earlier. Like it's a good day to be in Florida.
Must be nice. Yeah, I was out shoveling earlier, just grinding. Coop, you have to shovel. You guys get snow in Pittsburgh as well?
Yeah, got a bunch of snow. First snowfall. So yeah, it's been a heck of a Friday, having to wake up to 2 inches or so. But yeah, it's kind of a mess.
Bach, all clear down in Virginia?
Yeah, it was actually pretty wild. We landed from Miami in the middle of a snowstorm. So like flying from 70-degree weather, I didn't even pack a coat and I'm in short sleeves driving home in snow. I don't know, shut down like I-95 between DC and Richmond, where I am. U.S. Senator stuck for like 27 hours on the interstate. Pretty wild. But it's all clear now, thankfully. Nice out here. And I'm just pumped to be, done with the work week and ready for some football starting tomorrow.
Minus 20. I literally can't even imagine. Albeit we were in New York, but for the NFT, and it was like 50 out, windy, and I had to be inside. Like my Florida blood just minus 20. Like, I think that would probably ruin my ability to have children just walking outside. Like
minus 20 is next level. That's insane.
Shout out Matt. Birthday brothers.
On his birthday.
Same birthday. Same birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, TJ.
There you go. I thought we were
today.
I wasn't sure.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm assuming that Dapper Labs is going to provide me with an A+ NFL all day pack in exchange for my birthday. Like that would be only be right. I want a little Jamar Chase Week 17 moment after what we saw on Sunday. Justin, the big best ball sweat that you had for the DraftKings championship down to the wire. Overzet was sweating the underdog, man. It was and of course we had our live finals, and Too Nasty taking it down. Was unfortunately not there with us in person, but how would you kind of summarize Week 17, both from being in Miami to the best ball sweats? It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'll let others chat about the Miami experience because I feel like I put so much into the actual planning that I'm a little biased. But the actual weekend of football I thought was fantastic. Yeah, from a personal standpoint, Overzet and I both had legit chances at that Millie. I think he finished in around 8th. I bumped down a little after that Najee Harris ridiculousness, deciding not to go down after getting a first down. The game was already over. That literally, that was expensive. But finished still. Can't complain when back-to-back years make six-figure cash in best ball. So that was pretty cool. For the actual lineups, I think it was pretty interesting for the live final. We had no duplicates, no dupes among the lineups, but you saw a lot of overlap. And there was actually only one Cincinnati quarterback, I believe. And I believe that was Beth, if I'm not mistaken. But she didn't stack it with the Cincinnati wide receivers. Had she have gone with that Cincy wide receiver stack, I didn't run the numbers, but that
she would have won.
Yeah,
I believe
that would have been
they
crazy.
scored like 60.
And
she would have won.
Shout out to Joe Reds, absolutely phenomenal. Who has been in the Discord, has been stacking up Cincinnati players, QBs nonstop, just made a complete joke out of it. And it took so long for like the Cincy QB card to truly blossom, but these past 2 weeks, and then going first and second, and I think he had another maybe top 10 a little down or a little further down. Extremely impressive. Hey, let your fandom shine through, and it did for Joe Reds.
Yeah. fantastic showing there. It's kind of been an ongoing thing in the Discord all year to see it culminate in. And what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago too? He had gotten robbed after the late game in the side hustle. So all paid off in the end for Joe Ritz.
I think it was last week where the Cincy teams also went off again, but then at the very end, Dallas had the crazy game against Washington, and that like surpassed the QB by like a point. Pretty crazy, but you've got conviction. Hey, it pays off.
I think it's interesting too that yeah, 5 cereal is huge, I think, from a side hustle perspective, but interesting that he's stuck with even after sort of getting shafted in week 16 in the side hustle. He's stuck with it. He wanted to keep running it out, and there he goes, takes down first and second, which I thought was awesome to see him stick with it. I could have seen some galaxy brain type moves of, pushing it over into the main event or something like that, and obviously that probably would have done pretty well too. But you would have then had to get other stuff right at the end of the day for that to hit big. But yeah, stuck with this process, and here it pays off in the biggest week possible in week 17. Pretty awesome.
I'll be honest. There's one thing that I would have done different. I'm surprised that he went 531 instead of going with like 2 numbers. Because what if they equal 36? You assume he could have done 5 and 31, or maybe something like 15 and 26, or to get a little differentiation. But still, he barely squeaked out above DJ Local. Because hey, 2K, 3K, that's a big difference when we're talking serial difference of only 3. But props to him. Well done.
Yeah, it was a great week overall. It was awesome to meet a lot of the winners, some of the VIP members as well. Good to put some faces to names in terms of the guys that we're seeing in Discord all the time, guys and gals. And yeah, good finals
TJ,
week.
I'll throw it to you too. How was the weekend? What were your favorite parts? We don't want to rub it too much into people's faces that they missed out, but maybe just a little.
No, I mean, we gotta not rub it in their faces, but we got to give them something to aspire to next year. I mean, yeah, Justin. Oh yeah, really, yeah. So we've got these awesome Owners Club jerseys. We were able to print these jerseys. They've all got names on the back. Justin, I'll let you turn around and show that. Names on the back. We printed the week number for everyone who, all the live final participants who qualified. So the week they qualified in their name, had the printout of their winning lineup frame for them. And then, we were able to do kind of a few different events. So Saturday, welcome party, had a bunch of games, got to meet everyone, got to, welcome them to Miami. Saturday night, we went out to a pretty cool, like, outdoor space, kind of right on the canal, the main, water thoroughfare from Miami into the bay. And, just a cool spot to get to see the boats come in, to hang out outside, chat with people, watch some games. And then obviously on Sunday at FTX Arena, I know we put some pictures on Twitter, but it was just awesome. I know Justin, you and our coordinator did an awesome job of planning that event. There was some TOC swag. I can see some of the background of TJ's shot right now, all over FTX. Yeah, giant screen to watch the games, amazing food. So it was really a cool experience.
It's great, Bach, that your wife became the new NFT pillow girl, or at least the TOC pillow girl.
Yeah, me and her.
Yeah, and then we got the Joker up, so we had some posters and stuff. So I had to finally, I can't believe the wife actually allowed me to put up some TOC. We got some other choices as well, because I still got one more wall, but we got Kansas City. Love that Buffalo one. Looking fire. Everyone's favorite wide receiver card. And then the Thunder Horses. The one that you don't see is the one that Ariel is allowing me to put up as well, which is the Dolphins. Because we're right on the water. You get some Dolphins going by. They belong to be with their friends, be with their homies.
Love it. Anything else on week 17 finals week? I think we probably covered a lot of it. All right. The other big thing that we've got coming up is playoff best ball. Let me go ahead here. I'm going to share this out. We're going to have our announcements coming across all of the channels very shortly here. But we announced Best Ball, like 2 weeks ago? And just wanted to touch on all of that again. So the pack drop is going to be early next week. Pre-registration is going to be opening over the course of the weekend. How the game is going to work is that everybody is going to be able to purchase packs. Packs are going to cost $20. Within that pack, you will have 20 randomized cards of the same style as the standard season 1. So a combination of the team/city and position. You'll be guaranteed to have at least 2 of each position, and then the remaining 10 will be kind of randomized from there. And of that 20, you will select a 12-team lineup, and that will be used for the entirety of the playoffs each week in best ball fashion. We will select automatically your best 6-card lineup: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, defense, and a super flex, which can be any position, including quarterback. And one of the coolest parts, I think, is that up until Super Bowl weekend, you will be able to buy and sell these lineups on the secondary marketplace. So it gives kind of a little bit of a peer-to-peer kind of live cash out element to it. And pretty pumped.
I heard Zakarian and Overset had some fun conversation about it earlier today. I know you were in the chat there, Tej, as well, just talking through like, at what point do you sell? Like, how much is the equity of the actual value versus, like, obviously the championship? At what point are you like, you come down to the wire and you're like, maybe I'll overpay by a couple $100 because I want to be the first like champion and stuff. I think it'll be pretty interesting. I'm not sure how much buying and selling we'll see, like, in the early. But I think like having that option, and then you could even trade. Like, there's options as well where, hey, I like your lineup. Oh, I like yours. Okay. And there's been so much trading going on, like in the Discord stuff. I think there's going to be a lot of fun going on. And, even if you don't want to get involved in the marketplace, it's just so simple where, I'm thinking of it like, hey, get your pack, rip it open. And I think we'll actually show a little demo, and Bach, we can talk through like what we would do with that lineup. And it's just going to be a really good time.
Yeah, let's speaking of the demo, let's play a little video here. So we posted this in Discord earlier.
Let's pause
some
it.
Of you may have
Let's pause it before we do it, because I want to talk through, like, Bach, what would we do with this lineup, and then we'll see what whoever the computer behind the scenes, I think it was one of our, what did the devs do? But like this is what it looks like. So here you get a pack, you open your pack, and these are the 20 that could be an example of what you're looking at. So, Bach, I'll throw it over to you. This is a strong pack, but what are you doing?
Yeah, it's almost like we put all of the best possible things you get into the example pack.
This is a really strong pack. Now, before we jump in, we had our data scientists run some numbers earlier today just to kind of orient people. And we put out a strategy article on the site just this afternoon that has some of those numbers. There's about a 95% chance that you're going to have at least 3 cards from one team in a pack. So super likely you're going to be able to build a stack of 3. There's about a 67% chance that you're going to have 2 different 3 stacks. And there's about a 25% chance that you're going to have a stack of 4. And I think in general, your lineup, and then I think it's like a 2% chance that you're going to have multiple 4s. So for this, for this pack that NBA Top Shot CPA is asking how much for this pack. Well, we can't sell you this pack because 1, it's the best pack you'll ever see. And 2, they're all randomized. We couldn't even make a pack this good if we wanted to. I think a lot of your lineup is going to be dictated by what stacks do you have, right? You're almost certainly going to have a 3, possibly going to have a 4, but what stacks do you have is going to dictate a lot of what you do from your pack. And so as a starting point, right, like you're going to be building from there and then adjusting from there. In this case, it looks like our 4s are Arizona and Kansas City. And so that's actually a great starting point here because you've got 2 teams from each conference where you've got 4. So Justin, I think my starting point here is I'm just jamming the 4s, especially when you've got Kansas City QB, wide receiver, tight end, DST, and Arizona QB, running back, tight end, DST. I think I'm starting by jamming those stacks. And that's probably how I'm starting pretty much every pack, regardless of, what the cards look like. I'm looking at my stacks and saying, how do I optimize a pack around those stacks that I have?
So I think one thing I'll mention is you, Bach, power user, draft a bunch of playoff stuff. If you were playing this, you'd probably also buy a bunch of packs. I think for a lot of people, they, maybe they're only going to get 5, maybe 10. And so sometimes if you get 3, 4, let's say, Eagles, Philly, maybe you don't want to play that stack. And maybe it's smarter because, hey, these are going to be fairly flat payouts. Say that 5 times fast. And so there is a strategic element.
No respect. If you get all the Philly cards, just jam them all in, and then just be terribly bored when you watch them play out the first game, because that's how it works.
There's a contrarian aspect to it, but I do think there is, I think there's different ways to approach it, because I do like Bach's idea of hey, let the pack dictate what you do. And I think the other strategy is go in with, hey, take a look what those players are. Think of a scenario, what you think is going to happen in the playoffs. And a lot of the time, there's still ways, even if you only have 2, 3 of a different team and stuff, because at the end of the day, if you can get one of those Super Bowl teams, 3, or if they can at least make it to that championship game, I think there's still a lot of opportunity there.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you're only firing, 5 packs, then you want to optimize your potential EV. You might need to pick the best lineups from the packs. I think generally speaking, you might get a San Francisco stack, you might get a Philly stack, you might get a Charger stack or a Patriot stack or something in the AFC you're not super excited about. But we're going to have 20 cards to pick from. And so, I think in this case, like I said, I think that the strategic element is, one, look at your pack and decide, are you going for a min cash or are you going to win it all? And so if you're going to go try to win the whole thing, you need a lot of specific outcomes to happen based on what's in your pack, right? In order to do that. If you're just trying for a min cash and you just want to pick the best players, like you said, maybe you don't, attack that Philly stack you have and you just pick some one-offs to try to just get in under the cash line. But, for top prize, I think you pretty much have to ride your stacks, because those are the outcomes that are most likely going to be correlated and therefore highest upside if highest risk.
Yeah, Bach, I guess what question for me is, so I definitely think that what you're saying makes total sense to me, but I'm thinking about if you're trying to play that way and you're optimizing for trying to win first place, what does it look like for some of these other cards that you might pick like DST, right? Here, would you be looking at trying to differentiate if everyone's going to run out the KC stack and the Green Bay stack as an example? How are you thinking about differentiating with that 11th and 12th position?
Yeah, I think, let's take that example of the KC stack and the DST here, right? Well, you've got a KC stack. If you have 4 KC in the defense, if KC doesn't make the Super Bowl, you're not likely going to be successful with that lineup. And so you might as well correlate that defense to get you the maximum amount of games played. But if, let's say, you have, the 3 KC and not defense, I think the thing that you're always optimizing on with the rest of your positions is essentially a scenario planning. And that makes it sound boring. So we can use some fancier words. I'm sure Justin has some good ones, game theory, whatever. But how, if Kansas City is successful, what other teams are likely or not likely to be successful? You certainly wouldn't want to play whoever Kansas City ends up playing in the first round, because if Kansas City wins, that team's going to lose that position. That card's going to get 1 game. You're done. But you probably even want to be trying to think a step ahead. Now, the NFL does reseeding in the first round of the playoffs, meaning it's not if the 7 seed beats the 2 seed, it's not if the 6 seed beats the 3 seed, it's not like they then go play the winner of the 4 or 5 seed like you see in an NCAA bracket. They look at the winners of all of the first round, the wild card weekend games, and then say the 1 seed plays the lowest remaining seed, the highest remaining seed, the worst remaining team, etc. So you can only do so much scenario planning here. But I think it's all about optimizing how do you avoid early round matchups in the cards that you're picking in a most likely scenario. And that's where, yeah, if I had Kansas City defense here, I would definitely pick them because I have 3 Kansas City offensive positions. And if those are going to be successful, then the defense is most likely to be successful. And really it just comes down to how do you optimize potential games played in any scenario that you're playing.
I like it. I'll be fully transparent. There's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes right now. I can. TJ, you want to give a quick overview of
the page is live now. So okay. So here we go. If we go on to the regular TOC site, we now look at this. We collapse the navigation. It's almost like we're gonna have multiple games now. But let's see. We've got our season 1 games,
the sausage is made.
And now we've got the best ball games here. So you can go in, you can see the details on best ball. You can go to buy a pack. However, pre-registration currently closed, but will be opening very soon. And the other thing that I would love for us to touch on here is that we are going to be kicking off I guess first I'll circle back to there's 2 ways that you can get a free best ball pack here as a part of either burning one of the first edition cards. So this is going to become available when what are you laughing at, Justin? Just everything
at the
happening.
Exact time that you flipped that slide, my pack queue showed that I got to the top of the line, so it gave the dun dun dun. And I was like,
what's he laughing
what
about?
did you just do? Did you plan that for this slide?
We got music behind our slides now, Justin. We got music behind our slides.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's
Dun
go.
dun dun.
Okay, so 2 ways you can burn any of the first edition cards. So this is going to become available as a part of the pack purchase process. So when you go through purchasing a pack, one of the options is going to be to burn a card. You'll be able to do that 1 time each per user. And then the other thing that we are announcing is the Owners Club Expansion Program. So similar to how, you got a league with your buddies, 10-team league, you want to expand to a 12-team league, 12-team league, you want to expand to a 14-team league. Our ask of everyone in the community is that everyone brings in 2 friends as a part of this playoff best ball launch. And if you do, by bringing in 2 friends that come in and purchase at least 1 playoff best ball pack, you will then get a free playoff best ball pack airdropped into your account. So how this works now is that if you go to the sign up process, you will see that we have a promo code /referral space now. So all you need to do is give the people that you are referring the email address associated with your Owners Club account, have them type that into the referral box as they sign up. We then on the back end will be keeping track of all of that and distributing the free packs accordingly, and a max of 1 pack per user. So, the idea here is that someone if Cupe was playing, he could go get 2 buddies to join. And then when they go, they could then bring in 2 more and have the opportunity to get a free pack themselves. They could also go onto the marketplace, buy a floor card for $5 and use that $5 to burn it and get a free $20 best ball pack. So, we just feel that the platform and the game is at a place where we're really ready to expand and bring in more people. So hopefully everyone is going to be excited to get your friends on board. We've also got some onboarding materials in terms of helping people get set up with MetaMask. I know that that's the largest barrier to entry, is making sure that we have friends that are able to sign up for MetaMask. So we'll be dropping that into the Discord as well. But expansion program. Let's expand the league here, fellas.
Yeah, I love it. And we're gonna try to get your have your friend get your email address correct. We are going to be going through manually, so if there are any kind of typos or errors or something, we'll be sure to handle it. But that's kind of our best way from a referral right now. And then, as I said, they do have to at least buy 1 pack. They can also do the burning, so then they get their free pack there. They can go refer 2 friends, they can get their free pack there. But they got to at least buy 1. And as if you want to go into the nitty gritty details here, you can see while we're starting off with a $50K, in prizes guaranteed. And that's what we're just saying. Hey, even if we only sold 1 best ball pack, we're still having that $50K. if we go, 100% of the actual revenue from the NFTs are all going back to the community. So either through promos, through giveaways, through packs, through the prizes, it's all going back there. We fully understand, like, we're going to take a loss on this because we're also starting, like, just like in the Top Shot days, we're always like, when advertising, when partners, like, we're starting with partners too as well. So we're trying to really branch out and use this as a way to kind of grow the community. And we feel like, similar to when we started the Own the Moment Discord, I don't know what, 8-9 months ago, we really started off with like a really small group, and we were scared about how we grew it and fear that, like, hey, you're going to ruin the kind of the culture and the community aspects. And we feel that through this season, we've built such an amazing community that we are now ready to kind of bridge out and bring new people in. And best of all, we'd love for you guys to help out in that. So then, friends of friends are the best kind of friends.
Yeah, the only other thing I'll hit on, TJ, with the MetaMask sign up piece is, we feel like the site is in a really good spot to be able to accept USD. So, getting a MetaMask and sort of connecting to the Polygon network, we're trying to make that as seamless as possible, as if, you're basically essentially getting your wallet to essentially hold the TOC NFTs. And after that, you basically never experience the quote unquote blockchain side of things. So it isn't like, TOC season 1 when you needed WETH to participate in the marketplace. Yeah, it's a very different experience right now with purchasing. What we need is for any brand new owner to basically sign up on MetaMask, which is really not as difficult as it might seem. It's really basically the same as signing up for any old websites. And once you sort of do that, you never have to experience kind of the back end of the blockchain. You certainly can, but we've sort of worked as diligently as possible to try to remove some of that. So we'll have the onboarding available, and I think it's going to be a really good time to get new people into NFTs, into crypto, getting them to understand it a bit more. And I think the site is in a fantastic spot to be able to start growing this great community. The community has been something that, we've been really, really bullish on. And man, it's going to be awesome to see people come into the Discord that are brand new and experiencing all of this and seeing season 1 cards and understanding what happened in season 1. So just excited about all of what the expansion program has to offer.
Love it. All right. I feel like, did we have some questions in chat that we needed to cover, or?
There were a few, but there were also people answering those questions for them.
Okay.
So I'll we can keep going, but Cupe, if you see any in there, if you're scrolling through, let us know. We can definitely answer some.
Yeah. I mean, one was how many packs are going to be sold. So there's no limit on the packs being sold here. So, you can purchase as many as you want. So there's no quote unquote sellout here. But
each time you buy one, it's the same chance as another one. It's not like you can take 5 packs and combine the 2 and build like a monster Frankenstein team. It's the same odds each time. And Jonathan, you can use TOC Balance to buy packs. You'll also be able to use PayPal, traditional ways. And I'm not exactly sure which crypto we're allowing, but I believe there might be a crypto option or 2. We'll see throughout the weekend.
Yep. So definitely keep an eye on Discord, emails, etc. We'll be keeping everyone posted, but the plan is for the packs to be dropping on Tuesday, and we'll have the pre-registration process probably soft launching sometime over the weekend. How that will work is that you'll be able to go in, sign up to get your however many packs you want, and then on Tuesday you would just receive an email with a direct link to take you to buy your packs. And looks like SB Mitchell is confirming that you'll be able to buy with ETH. So you can buy with ETH, with TOC Balance, with PayPal, and with credit card. So hopefully plenty of options for people to be able to purchase there. And then similar to the past, PayPal and credit card transactions will be subject to whatever those transaction fees are. Probably $2 on a $20 pack, something like that.
Yep. And I see an asking about avoiding dupes. I did not talk to the data scientist about this one. However, the chance of a duplicate is going to be something like, 14 teams, 5 positions, so one over infinity.
I think the chance of a duplicate 20 cards is infinitesimal, right? Not worth calculating. The chance that the same people get 16, matching cards and then select the same 12. Like, yeah, it's possible. We're not going to do anything with that, Matt. Like, we're just going to, if you submit the same lineup as the same 12 card lineup as someone else, and that ends up cashing, you'll just tie, even if that's for first place. In the past, we've had serial number tiebreakers, in part because the trip to Miami was on the line and we couldn't really split that between two people.
And there was strategy.
And it was a strategy aspect. But for this, it's just going to be, if two people tie for first, they'll split the first and second place combined prize pool down the middle.
Yep.
And we never played this video, so I am going to play this for, we got distracted. But here is a little preview of what the lineup build process is going to look like. So you'll get your pack. Your pack will have the 20 cards. You'll then be able to select all of the cards that you want to put it and be able to put it wherever you want within the NFT. So that's also meant to be kind of a cool aspect of this, is that it's build your own NFT in a way. If you want to, think that organizing your teams in a certain way makes it more visually appealing and likely for someone else to buy, you can architect that however you would like. And then you will build that. You can also then save it for later. So you can create the lineup, choose not to mint it, because once you mint it, you can no longer make any changes to it. Once you hit mint lineup on the back end, all of the blockchain goodness will be happening. It'll be finalizing those 12 cards. And then after the lineup is minted, boom, here is what the ending NFT looks like. You'll have this card. You'll have the 12 team city position combinations that you selected, and then you'll be able to enter that into the contest and buy and sell it on the secondary marketplace. So yeah, super pumped about that.
And Bach, I will say they faded your 4 Arizona.
And however, my 4 Kansas City.
There was 4 Kansas City too? Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. That would have been, they faded all 4. But they grabbed 2 Kansas City, but they grabbed 2 good ones there. I think it's interesting too, because we don't know right now, but next week we'll know who's playing who. And it looks like Arizona and Dallas are likely to actually end up playing each other. And so in that scenario, it's probably worth taking a look at the actual bracket. And it wouldn't make sense to stack both Dallas and Arizona, because you might do well in the first round by getting the optimal, really good points. But now you're already guaranteeing 3 or however many are already getting, knocked out of that first round. And we're playing for upside. You really want to be thinking about, okay, how can I get the most amount of, cards into at least the conference championships?
Yeah. And we talked about it. There's about a 67% chance you're going to have 2 teams with 3 each. In an ideal world, those 3 cards from each of those teams, those 2 teams, are going to be really good and make the Super Bowl. And you're going to have 6 players to fill out a 6-card lineup, or 6 positions to fill out a 6-card lineup in the Super Bowl. Now, that may not work out because you might have duplicate positions, whatever, right? But the winning team is almost certainly going to have 6 positions in the Super Bowl, or at least 4 or 5 in the Super Bowl and fully in the conference championship. And so again, as you're trying to win, you're thinking about, how do I get the maximum amount of potential cards into each round? If you're trying to cash, you're thinking about, how do I play the best plays and the highest upside plays, with some correlation, but also, I'm not going to throw in my Philadelphia Eagles stat. Sorry, TJ. My 4 Philadelphia Eagles positions, because they're not likely to make it out of the first round.
Yeah.
A lot of QBs here in this pick. Not enough wide receivers, in my opinion, but a lot of QBs.
Yeah, you're really counting on that Green Bay, LA Goats Super Bowl there for those wide receivers aspects. And I think, you look like a team like Tennessee.
That can't be a.
I was going to say, wait.
That's not
Those
possible.
are both NFC teams.
You're really trying hard here. You're really forcing that. I was already thinking about the next point. So Tennessee likely to get the bye. You might have 4 from that team, but if one's the tight end, I don't know if you really want to play that, because have they ever scored more than 7 or 10 in a week? And most weeks it's probably been sub 3-4. It's probably better to take a 1 or 2 off, even if that's where I'd probably rather have a Philly tight end who, could still have one big week, maybe luck into a second game, would really have to luck into winning our first round for the Philly. But
yeah. I think the last thing we'll touch on quickly is just the buys, and it's probably less impactful in the AFC if Tennessee gets the bye. because there's not a lot of Tennessee cards you'd be excited about playing, even if they did have the bye. But if Kansas City ends up with the bye, and certainly on the on the NFC side with Green Bay with the bye, those are two of the best offenses that are going to be in the playoffs. But they might have their maximum number of games limited by one, and that could matter a lot, because now getting a team to the conference championship gets just as many games as getting Kansas City or Green Bay into the Super Bowl. And if Green Bay or Kansas City don't make the Super Bowl, those teams now have 4 games and are almost certainly going to outscore. So there's a lot of fun strategic elements to how do you build rosters that complement each other and don't cannibalize your potential points as much as you reasonably can.
Yeah, because it's interesting. When I think of the different kind of playoff contests that we see, you've got ones that are round by round. So like the underdog where, hey, you need to advance each round. And therefore, it's very important to have Super Bowl teams, because if you get to the final and you don't have any, you score nothing. Then there's the ones that are like, hey, you have maybe 10 players and we're going to count them all throughout the playoffs and such. And it doesn't matter how many points they get in the first game or the last game, it's worth the same. Okay. Ours is kind of a blend between them, because while it's cumulative and the first round is just as important as the last round, in the first round, you've got everyone alive. Maybe some people have a bye and such. But as you go further down in the Super Bowl, yes, those Super Bowl points are the same as the first round, but you're going to have far fewer cards in play, since this is best ball. What I'm saying is, if we counted all 12 every week, then it doesn't matter when they play or whatever, because you're counting them all. But here it is best ball, and you're really just taking the top 6, the top 5 at each position, and then the one super flex. And so there is a bit of, tweaking it, a little added value for having players that do last longer. And then they're just uniquely valuable, because most teams aren't going to have any. You likely don't have any other players that are still alive that late. There's been a couple questions that I'll run through very quickly. And I know, SB Mitchell's doing some great job answering a lot of these. But one of them I saw is, so when are you going to receive them if you pre-register? We can't actually do any of the minting or the packs until we know what the teams are. So there's still a possibility between Las Vegas and Los Angeles, the Chargers, for who actually wins that and makes the playoffs, with some long shots, I think, of Pittsburgh and Baltimore. In the NFC, you still have the possibility of San Francisco or New Orleans making it. So we got to get those finalized. And that's where come Tuesday is when you'll actually get your pack. I also saw another question around how do I burn an S1 card? So we have a cool functionality that's going to be included when you actually purchase. TJ, you want to give a quick overview on that?
Yeah, it's just going to be one of the options for when you go to purchase. So similar to how we said you can purchase with USD, TOC balance, ETH, one of them will be to burn a first edition card. So you'll be able to click on that. You'll then be able to select any of the cards that you own within your collection and send that to the burn wallet, and then receive a free pack in exchange. And that will only be available one time per user. So that will again, Tuesday is when we're planning to launch this, and burning will just be a part of that process. And also, this is just kind of the first test of this concept of burning, and something that is going to be a integral part of the product going forward. So yeah, looking forward to many more ways where we can involve burning as a way to create that engagement, give something that you can do with your S1 cards aside from playing in the OGs contest, etc. But yeah, that's how it's going to work next week.
And then Paul asked, will there be any clarity on what % of sales beyond 50K will go towards the prize pool? We're going to figure out the prize pool and everything later. But as we mentioned, we know that we're going to take a loss in this, and that's part of it, because the goal really is to just kind of test this out for next year, as this being like a huge part. If this goes successful, we can roll this out for a whole season next year. And also as a way to really start strengthening and growing this community. So as we've said, 100%. So literally all the money that comes from the NFT sales are either going to go to the prizes, to promos, to giveaways, to packs and stuff. So 100% is going right back. We'll just figure out after we know exactly how many packs there were, what that breakdown is. And just like we've always done, we prefer the flatter payout, so more people get paid. And it seems like the community enjoys that a lot too. So we're going to continue with that mantra.
And then another question here around, so the burning will be kind of like a separate transaction. So one thing to state is that, like we said, there's no limit to how many of these packs there's going to be. So you don't need to be like worrying about it selling out. But the burn function will be kind of its own transaction. So I would think of that separately from, okay, I want to pre-order 5 packs. That's great. Pre-order your 5 packs, go through and purchase those, and then you can go through a second time and do your burn.
I thought I do think
Jokers. Mark
no jokers in best ball. No jokers in best ball.
Mark asked a great question, and I know Scott answered this, but I do think it does help us a lot. One, you don't have to be ready to pay for these and when you're pre-ordering, but it helps us a lot if you can try to get as accurate as possible of a number. Obviously things change, but I think from our perspective, one of the reasons that we've been able to kind of seamlessly provide the pack experience over the course of series 1, we learned that the pre-order really helps us to prepare. So ultimately want to be able to try to use that number as a gauge for how many are we expecting to have available and how many do we need. So it definitely helps us on the back end when you're using when you put in as accurate of a number as possible. And then the other thing I wanted to hit on, actually 2 things here, TJ. I think we might have covered it in a small or in a quick way, but there will be a live leaderboard round by round that showcases what position each one of the NFTs are sitting in. So we'll have a live leaderboard, and then also I believe, and this might be teasing too much out there, but I think if those NFTs are on the marketplace, will you have the ability to buy from that view, TJ?
That's the hope, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That the marketplace and the leaderboard essentially become integrated as one feature, so that people can buy and list directly from the leaderboard. So that is the hope. I mean, one of the things that we're still looking into is how real time we're going to be able to make scoring. It's a little bit more complex because you're not just taking in the scores and outputting them, but then you're taking in the scores, outputting which are the 6 best of the 12, etc. So I think that there's also like just expectation setting, potential that we enhance the marketplace and leaderboard experience over the course of the playoffs as well. But yeah, that's the goal. And then like the other thing is that this is our playoff best ball version, but you can this is our kind of beta test for the real best ball contest, which would be coming ahead of next season.
And then I know I had a chance to take a peek at Overzet and Zakarian's stream this afternoon that those guys did, and there was a little bit of a confusion. So it might be good for us to just mention that Playoff Party will be a completely separate playoff contest with your first edition cards. So that will be a 3 max 11 card lineup that you can put together and build, and that will be a completely separate contest of playoff best ball. So I do want to make sure that the contest we're talking about right now is completely separate, does not use your first edition cards, but there will be a first edition playoff party contest as well. So good to just call that out and differentiate there.
I agree. And another comment that I got to put on the board, but shout out to SB Mitchell for the build. TJ has funny stories about, like, I don't know, he woke up in the middle of the night, he looks at 4 a.m. and SB Mitchell is there just grinding away, putting the code together, all the work being done. Well done. And the rest of the team. There's a great team behind it. But SB Mitchell, for as much he doesn't show face, he's the face of the devs.
I was just well, I mean, it's fine. I can show it because we were changing best ball to say playoff best ball, and then there's no O. So I just pinged Scott, and I was like, "You missed an O," and he's like, "My keyboard is broken." So like I'm just picturing trying to write code with like a broken O or something. Oh, that's too funny. That was great.
Business expense we get covered.
Yeah. Buy yourself a new keyboard, Scott. All right. Anything else? I mean, I think we covered the majority of it. We'll certainly be continuing to update over the course of the next week. Definitely want to make sure that we're able to get existing and new people continued to onboard to the new product, but super, super pumped about it. I think that it's going to be awesome and kind of laying the groundwork for a lot of fun ideas that we got in the pipeline here at OTM/TOC. All right. I mean, it's been a while since we've done a little pack rip on stream, and we've never done an NFL all day pack rip on stream. So I think we're going for this. I am expecting big things here. Week 17, Jamar Chase has to be like what you're hoping for here, right? Anything Jamar, like, Justin, do we know what's in or not in these? I have no idea.
We do. And it seems like they have improved substantially from that first week with regards to quality. There are still a few that like you're not, a decent amount that like of the standard ones that like you're a little, WTH. But this is a PG-13 class. No,
only you're like WTH instead of WTF, Justin. Only you. You're the only person on the planet is with WTH. But yeah.
But for the most part, like I looked at the legendaries and stuff, and the legendaries are almost all fantastic. There was probably 1 or 2 out of like 8 that I was like, okay, but like for the most part, really good. The rare is all strong too, so I think they definitely listen to feedback, and they're still going to incorporate some punters. I think these packs overall are pretty solid. I saw someone put it in chat, and it definitely jumped out when I saw it as well. Without a doubt, just nail in my coffin or whatever we want to say would be if I ripped a Najee Harris getting that final touchdown. Like I may have to eventually buy one just like the reverse of buying like something of a Kamara from the year before.
Yeah, that's brutal. All right.
Let me give a story real quick. So not about me. So I mean, like for me, it was a drop of like 3rd to 4th, whatever, not the biggest deal. The person who was in first since like, I don't know, maybe like 6 o'clock on Sunday when we were there, he passed me, had a very solid team, was sticking in first all the way through, was fading Najee Harris. And first place, $1 million, Tournament of Champions entry, which is worth another like 70,000 or something, I think. And Najee Harris, end of the game, literally when he gets the first down, if he goes down, kneels, the game is over. The Steelers win. Like that's what he should have done. That was the right play. That's what we've seen. What was it? Brian Westbrook did, and that was one of the first ones to do it and such. And he breaks it. I think it was a 3rd and 2, and just goes to the house. And then you also. And I forgot the cornerback's name now. Oh, it might have been Newsome. I forgot. Bach, you could probably find it or remind me who it was.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was Newsome.
Newsome. I'm pretty sure. You're talking about the pick?
Newsome, no, not the pick. It's always Newsome chasing him down, and then at like the 5-yard line, he just like pulls up and lets him walk in. Like he still could have tackled him or pushed him out of bounds, and so that dropped the guy in first from winning $1 million down to 250K. And yes, 250K is still amazing. The guy was still, next day ecstatic. But gosh, that is gut wrenching on a play that like never should have happened. Not to mention, if you then go through the previous drive, like they never should have had a touchdown. There was stupid penalty. Like, oh, I feel for that guy. I do.
I have a bet that the Steelers would not finish bottom 5 of the league in rushing. And the friend of mine that I have the bet with woke up and he was so mad about the Najee touchdown because it moved the Steelers to like basically tie for the 6th place from the bottom. And I had told him what happened to you and ultimately what happened to the first place person, Justin. And he was saying, wow, I can only imagine my life if that was the case. So he was mad about a friendly bet that we have versus, losing 750K on a rush, which is just absolutely insane. Just truly one that you take to the grave, I guess.
Crazy.
Madness.
All right, let's see.
Let's do it up. Let's do it up.
Is there another queue that we need to get in? Is there the premium queue sometime?
Yeah. I'm not done. I'm not through the queue yet, so I don't think it's ready.
So there's probably time. And then, okay. My guess is they would do it like 7 or something. This is going to take a little time. Yeah. So I think this is cool because I'm sure there's probably a decent amount of people who are in chat that have not seen a pack opening. And early on when they had the pack, so the first week or so, Top Shot or Dapper Labs was trying to like keep things a bit. Okay, 8 p.m. Thanks, Hickey. Dapper Labs just keep trying to say, hey, like let's not promote this too much. Let's keep it in. It's closed beta. We expect things to break. But then after a week or so, they kind of opened the gate. So it's great to kind of allow us to, hey, show this off. People can get a kind of experience. And then for people who have not made it in but are still kind of waiting, every pack that we are opening now, they have set aside a certain amount for the open beta. So when others are allowed to join, you're not fully missing out on these. You'll still have a chance to get both these standard and premium packs. So I do like the way that they are kind of doing this kind of slow rollout.
What just happened?
See, this is the beta. Waz was saying he was having a little issues as well.
Might not be just you.
Well, we may not be opening a pack today.
I'm going to try mine right now and see. But we have had some people, and it's possible. Maybe check your moments just in case, like I'm going to try it again.
I'll try it again. I also have that week 13 one randomly. We should be able to open that. There shouldn't be issues there unless it's like a platform issue.
Platform thing.
That'd be fun too.
Jonathan says known issue. According to
but
Discord.
they may have shown up in your collection. Yeah.
Oh, that would just be the worst.
I know, because I just opened mine to see as well. But now that if it's going to happen, like I clicked that first button to see if it. Yeah.
Everyone's experiencing not so private beta with us right now.
Man, this lack of access to
yeah.
beta doesn't feel so bad if you can't even open the packs. My God. Also, Dapper, hit me up, man. I'm trying to get into beta here. Seems like I'm the last person on the damn list to get in. Come on.
There's a couple in chat. Is that what you just got?
No, those are his old ones.
This is my last pack. So
the shoe.
Oh yeah, I remember being pumped when I got card.
I mean, the AP one was pretty solid because that might be like his.
I wonder if
that might be his only moment.
Oh, expired. What the hell does that mean?
You clicked on the pack, not the open, like not your pack, but the pack link.
This is it. Live testing right here. This is what's probably gonna happen on Tuesday.
Matt, I've never seen such a thing.
Okay, yeah.
Let's can we at least watch what you had before, your AP, your Minshew?
I don't know what's happening. All right, well, okay. This is why we can't have nice things.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, what the? Just rugged on my birthday. Just the full-on rug. Now eligible.
Scotty says user error here. Looks like user error.
User error.
Scott says everything. Scott says
Why
everything.
don't you jump onto the camera, SB Mitchell? Dox yourself here.
Ooh, rare Von Miller. Considering the rares are not guaranteed in these standard
packs. That seems like a nice one.
That's a good one. That's a good pull. Nice job, Mark.
Of all the defensive cards you're gonna get, that's a really solid one.
That is a good one. All right. Wow, it's been almost an hour. Any final thoughts, comments, questions?
I was hoping that we were able to rip some packs. You guys don't want to look at my moments. My moments are full of
Braxton Berrios, baby.
Demir Bird and Braxton Berrios.
Not even the right Braxton Berrios week. Not even the one where he buried us.
Oh my God, yeah, week 17, like truly buried.
Yeah,
just the ultimate chalk hit. All right, shall we call it?
Let's call it.
Allow everyone to get onto their weekends. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back.
Wait, TJ, real quick.
Well, yeah.
Final steps. What are people waiting on? What are the next steps to get a best ball pack?
Yeah. So next steps is that pre-registration is going to be opening up very soon. It's most likely going to open up sometime over the weekend. We will most likely make the public announcement that registration is open on Monday. So you can check back in on the site over the course of the weekend. We'll probably stealth open it just to make sure that everything is working, and then on Monday pre-registration will begin. And in the meantime, start getting getting your friends involved, getting them signed up, get them hooked up with a MetaMask, get them into the Discord ideally. hopefully our Discord's a little less overwhelming than a lot of NFT Discords. So I think we can bring people in, and it's not going to be like there's just absolute mayhem. But yeah, get them in there, get them set up. Feel free to ask us any questions as you go through it. And yeah, the hope is that we're going to be bringing in a bunch of new people over the course of the next week here. And then people are going to have tons of packs to buy coming on Tuesday.
Yep, that sounds good. I see Peter Russell asking about giveaways. The giveaways are, so if you're in the TOC Discord, head to there. We have a couple ways to get some free packs. Teach has already mentioned, obviously, the ones around burning and referring. We've also got a Twitter giveaway that we're giving some packs away. And our partner Thrive is running a free contest with $500 and I believe 13 free packs that'll be awarded out. So lots of opportunities there. Head to the Discord and the giveaways channel, and you'll be able to see all those. And if you are not in the TOC Discord, but you're going to be buying packs, you may as well go buy your first card so you can burn that later, and then you'll also have access to those giveaways.
Boom. All right. Till next time, we're hey, maybe next time we're live, there's going to be some TOC packs to be ripped. It's going to be fun. Have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll see you guys in Discord. On behalf of Justin, Bach, Cupe, I'm TJ. We'll see you guys next time.